So competition in the dating world is more fierce than it's ever been before because women like Marisol, they have access to more of the top 5 to 10% of guys than they've ever had before because of things like Instagram, things like dating apps. They know that guys are out there killing it, and they're a little bit more hesitant to go with some middle of the road guy who barely has his shit together. She wants a guy who she knows can direct things forward, who she can relax and follow his lead, and who's a good problem solver. She doesn't want some random jamoke. So the good news is any guy can be in that top 5 to 10%. Bad news, most guys are average and they're okay being average and they're never gonna try to elevate themselves. If you're watching this video, I'm guessing that's not what you're doing. You're trying to elevate, so let's talk about how to do that and catapult you to that top 5% man. Let's hit it, Marisol. The first step to becoming a top 5% man is looks maxing. Now, Marisol, do you prefer a guy who is out there, he has his style, his grooming, his physique, his appearance on point? Or do you want a guy who's kind of disheveled, doesn't really care, and is just kind of like going out there in his sweatpants and doesn't give a fuck?
No, of course. I prefer somebody that cares about him, and also that will take care of me. It means that. Okay,
so what does it tell you about a guy who can go out there and make sure his appearance is on point?
Could be like have a wellness life, maybe to take care about his relationships, his body, his mind, of course.
Okay, so it's not just a sign of him looking good, like that's nice,
yes,
right? Because physically he looks good, right? But it also tells you about what kind of guy he is underneath, like the clothing and underneath the physique.
Spirituality,
he has the discipline.
of course, is also important.
Okay.
So, yes.
Basically, you want girls to be able to turn their head when you walk into the room or when they come across your Instagram or your dating profile, right? You want them to say, damn, this guy's got something going on. He's different than the average guy. There's something about him. Now, what does the average guy do? Well, first off, he wears graphic tees that don't really fit. He has pants that don't really fit. His clothes don't really match. And again, he's looking pretty disheveled, and girls they don't even notice a guy like that. A lot of these guys out here looking like a dad when you want to be out here looking like a daddy. You know what I'm saying, Marisol? So you want to start by trashing all those graphic tees and bad fitting clothes. Start by getting 3 to 4 well-fitting t-shirts or Henleys like this. Neutral colors are best. Along with a couple good fitting pairs of pants. Ideally slim fit, dark jeans. You can't go wrong with those. And a nice cheap pair of white sneakers. You do all this, it's going to be an instant upgrade. What do you think of a guy like that, Marisol?
Yes. Yeah? Looks pretty awesome.
Looks pretty awesome, exactly. And then grooming wise, you want to make sure that you have a haircut that fits your face shape. For me, what really works best is having short on the sides. Like I usually go like 0, fade it up a little bit, and a little bit of a quick clip on top. So that way I can gel it, I can wax it, I can do all that type of stuff, and can style it well. Voice-wise, listen, women can tell what kind of guy you are just by the sound of your voice. Like, you ever have a guy come up to you and just be like, hey, how are you? Right? It sounds kind of weak, right?
Yes.
Versus a guy who comes up with a little bit of power. And you can,
security,
like security, confidence. So instead of being like, hey, how's it going? It's like, hey, how's it going?
Yes.
It's good to meet you.
More secure, more confident.
Yeah, so you want to like speak from your belly instead of speaking from like your throat. And the way you talk on the phone, the way that you send voice notes, the way that you go up and approach girls, all of those things are going to change, right? The physiognomy of your voice is such a big key. Posture wise, you want to keep your head up, your shoulders back, you want to stand straight. And for example, if you're going out and approaching a girl, lean back, lean a little bit forward. If you're talking to her, things like that, she wants to know and see that you're grounded. You're not just going up like hunched over, like, hey, right? Versus like, hey, how are you? It's good to meet you.
It makes the difference.
It makes a big difference, right? Yeah. And physique-wise, you should be working out pretty consistently 3 to 4 times a week. This is going to make sure that you fill out those clothes that you're getting a bit more. It's going to give you a more dominating presence that she's going to feel safe with. And what do you think about guys who don't go to the gym?
No, it's okay, but they are not my type.
They're not your type. They're not your type. Because you're a girl, you go to the gym, you take care of yourself, you want a guy who's similar.
I like to take care of me, always.
And you want a guy who's the same. You have a lot of healthy habits, you want a guy to have those healthy habits. And bro, if you want a healthy, high quality girl, this is the path to getting there. The second step to becoming a top 5% man is lifestyle maxing. Now, bro, working 100-hour weeks doesn't make you a high-value guy. It just makes you an inefficient guy who is not in control of his time and his lifestyle. The real flex is being able to increase your efficiency, problem solving that way, and be able to make more money in less hours. So how do you do that? You build a high income skill, things like high ticket closing, things like copywriting. This is what I did early on, 10 years ago when I started traveling the world and taking back control of my time. But even for you, like, do you want a guy who works all the time, who's working 80, 90, 100-hour weeks, never has time for you? Or do you want a guy who gets shit done, who can make money, but maybe can work like 40, 50 hours a week, have time to spend with you in the evenings, take you on dates, things like that?
Time is important for me.
Yeah. So you're like a quality time kind of girl.
Quality time, yes. Quality time, movies, chill, enjoy each other. Yeah. That's why.
Yeah. And if you're always working, you're never going to have time to spend that quality time with girls like Mary Soul. So you got to be more efficient. I actually wrote a book about exactly how to do this. It's called The Lifestyle Blueprint, which you can check out. First link in the description. Basically, I tell you how to create a great lifestyle for yourself, how to go out there and meet great women, how to make better money, how to take back more control of your time. So again, first link in the description if you want to check that out. Along with this though, you also want to have your finances on point. So you don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck and like looking at your bank balance constantly being like, damn, I'm on my last dollar. How do you feel about guys who live paycheck to paycheck?
No, never paycheck.
Yeah. You want a guy who's going to be more in control of his finances.
Yes.
Who
Stable.
Yeah, who knows how to make money, who knows how to give you a sense of security.
Yes, of course.
Why is that important for you?
Because I think a girl always is looking for stability, so that's why.
Okay, so you like to have that sense of stability.
Uh-huh.
And how could you have that sense of stability if you are struggling to pay the bills every single week, right? The good news is if that's the case, again, there's ways to make more money. It comes down to basic problem solving. So you want to look at ways to increase your cash flow, also ways to invest in appreciating assets, things like real estate, things like stock market index funds. So that way the money that you do save isn't just sitting in a bank account, but it's gaining 8 to 10% interest every year, and you have that buffer. So in case things do get wrong, it's not paycheck to paycheck. You have that buffer to keep going and to maintain that stability and security. That way Mary Soul doesn't have to go crazy. Okay? This is going to ease a lot of pressure in your life and also help you to provide for your family down the road once you do find an awesome girl to build with. And of course, not only will lifestyle maxing allow you to spend more time with your girlfriend or your future wife, but also your family and raise your kids the right way. So this is stuff that you want to start thinking about now. The third step to becoming a top 5% man is online brand maxing. So once your looks maxing, your lifestyle maxing, you got to start showcasing that to the world so the women that you're attracted to can see it and be interested. So the average guy, what does he have on his Instagram? For a lot of guys, it basically looks like a family photo album. They got like random dinner photos with their mom, their grandparents, a few party photos with big groups of friends, maybe a gym selfie here and there. It just doesn't make them look like a high quality guy. Like a girl's gonna see that and be like, is this guy in middle school? What's going on here? And you gotta understand, 95% of guys are doing these things. So if you wanna be in the top 5%, all you need to do is put in that extra bit of effort to get on that next tier, that next level. The first step is to take better photos. What does that mean? It means making sure your body positioning, your background, your style, and your facial expressions are all on point. Now, if you're not sure how to do this, look at guys like my IG, look at How to Beast on IG. Rare Trio is another good one. Look at the expressions, look at all that stuff, and try to mirror that when you go out and take photos. Once you get 8 to 10 of these photos, start uploading them online. So first, get your dating profile on point, your Hinge, your Bumble, your Tinder. And ideally you have like 3 stylish shots, 2 active or hobby shots, as well as 1 photo with a dog. It makes you seem a little bit more warm. And then on Instagram, you want to have at least 8 to 10 photos on your grid that are really stylish, that show you off in a good light. Basically these photos that I'm talking about right now. Along with this, you want to archive all your old IG photos, right? So those old family photos, like those old weird selfies, the drunken party photos. The girl that that maybe is going to be your dream girl, she's not going to want to see that. She's not going to swipe right on that. She's not going to be interested in that, right? Do you want a guy who's just taking a bunch of drunk party photos?
No.
No, you want a guy who's looking stylish, maybe on some adventures, doing something fun. Yeah.
Traveling.
Exactly.
Showing new places.
Exactly. You want a guy that looks like he has his shit together.
Yes.
And on Instagram, you should also have a 3 to 4 line bio that shows who you are, what you like to do for fun in a quick, succinct way, as well as your location with a little pin. The fourth step to becoming a top 5% man is to hone your communication skills. The fourth step to becoming a top 5% man is to master your Riz. By Riz, I mean being able to hold a woman's attention, being able to flirt and tease her, connect, and keep her interested and engaged in the conversation. Now I hear from a lot of guys, oh, like I can talk to people in general, I just can't talk to the women that I like. But what most guys don't understand is a casual platonic conversation is completely different to a man to woman conversation with a girl you're actually interested in. Like Marisol, when a guy talks to you like a friend, like if he's like, oh, yeah, how is your day going? You like going to the beach too? Versus maybe being like, how's your day going?
Yes,
it's good to meet you. Do you sense like a little bit of the difference in tonality?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the difference between being able to talk man to woman and platonic, right? A lot of guys will go into their first dates, their interactions, talking in this platonic way, and then they'll wonder why they're not getting second dates. Well, bro, you're talking to her like you're her friend, like you're her acquaintance. It's not gonna work. Like for you to be able to go on a second date with a guy, to want to go on a second date, you're gonna want to feel some emotion on the first date. You're gonna want to feel something, right?
Yeah.
Right, and if a guy's talking to you like that, like in that platonic way, are you gonna feel anything?
Of course, like it could make the difference also with a guy that it feels insecure, like talking to me. It's different.
So when a guy feels insecure, you don't like that.
No,
you like when a guy's he's
like being sure of himself and being confident. It's the key.
You need more experience in those man to woman type of conversations, and you also like the more that you do that, the better you're gonna get at it, the more comfortable you're gonna feel with it, and the more you're gonna pick up on different patterns. You're gonna have different go-to questions that you ask, and it's gonna feel a lot more fun rather than nerve-wracking. But again, like I always say, the best way to do it is to conquer your fear of doing it. That's the best way. If it's always this fear, like, I don't know if I'm gonna say this joke, she's not gonna laugh, or I'm gonna make this eye contact and it might be awkward. Like you're never gonna get to that next step. You always gotta do a little bit of what you're scared of, be okay with a little bit of awkwardness, and push through it. The bottom line is, like a top 5% man is able to push the conversation forward. He's able to direct it and make the girl feel comfortable following his lead and enjoying the conversation. And if you can do that, you're automatically going to be at the top. The fifth step to becoming a top 5% man is to be an elite problem solver. So an average guy's vocabulary is filled with I can't. But women are highly attracted to problem solvers. Guys who see an issue, they understand how to solve it. If they can't figure it out, they ask themselves better questions, and they work on actually finding a solution. So Marisol, how do you feel around a guy who you know can just solve problems and just get through things?
Yes, it's very positive.
Does it make you feel more comfortable around him?
Yes. Yeah.
Versus a guy who's like, oh, like he freaks out at any problem or just says, I can't do this, I don't know, there's not any solution.
No.
Is that unattractive for you?
Unattractive, yes. I don't like it at all.
Why is that unattractive for you?
Like somebody that it's pretty like relaxed in the way to solve many problems, so won't freak out with any problem.
So he can face issues and get past them without the freak out.
Yes.
Now problem solving is simple. Instead of thinking I can't solve this or this can't be fixed, think how can I solve this problem? And start putting the pieces together for what you need to do to actually solve it. The more you do this, the better you'll get, and it'll bleed into every single area of your life. Not just in dating, but also in your career, in your finances, in your physique, in your diet, your sleep. We have all these problems in our life. Women have a lot of problems too. And part of leading a woman, part of leading yourself and creating an awesome life for yourself is being able to solve the problems of life. And most people are average, they ain't solving those problems, they're just settling. You know, instead of going all the way up the scale and trying to become the best version of themselves, they're stepping off right here. They could have gotten here if they really wanted to, but they never tried because they couldn't solve the problems. They get off here, right? And they settle, and that's just kind of how their life goes, right? But if you want to be that problem solver, that's how you get to the peak. That's how you reach your potential. Plus, people love spending time with problem solvers. It makes life easier. No, Marisol?
Easier.
Yeah. Now, bro, if you want our help to become a top 5% man and be able to attract women like Marisol, who like to go to the gym, who have healthy mindsets, healthy habits, and things like that, then we've helped a lot of guys just like you be able to do that. Guys like this right here.
About a month before I joined the program, I broke up with my ex-girlfriend for 3 years. And then getting back to it, I was pretty lost on how to navigate dating again. And I haven't been on a first date in 3 years. So it just, nothing was really clicking for me. And then after I joined the program, I just first I started to see that getting more matches, I getting more dates, more consistently every week. And I'm kind of just seeing different girls every few days like that. And then eventually I met this one. I've been seeing this girl for about a couple months now, and then things are getting more serious. I don't know. It's like you find someone that you have a deeply connection with, and then who also reciprocates. It's just, I don't really know how to describe it, but you can say I'm on cloud 9.
If you want our help to get those same types of results in your life and vote yourself into that, top 5%, all you gotta do is click the first link in the description to apply for our Beast Dating Coaching Program. Now, bro, this is really for guys who are ready to take action, who are tired of just kind of slowly progressing or making little to no progress, and who really want to catapult themselves quickly and start getting results now and, push themselves to meeting their dream partner. If that's not you, if you don't feel like you're ready to take action, that's all good. You don't need to apply. But if you're that type of guy who's ready to get after it, who wants to see these results, then yeah, click that first link and we'll see you there. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next video. See you later.